Hello, it's Teacher Christy again, back with What's Hot on the Forum today at Vipkid. And what's been hot on the forum lately is internet stability. A whole lot of us are having internet stability problems. A whole lot of us are experiencing IT. Sounds like there's been a huge surge in IT issues. And I'm going to do a two-part series, so stay tuned for the one tomorrow, about what I know about internet stability, which isn't much, but I'm going to tell you what's helped me. Today we're going to talk about what you can do to improve your internet stability. There's a lot you can do. You too can help. Now, that's not to say that all internet stability issues are your problem, your fault, your issue. I'm not saying that. We'll talk about how to cover your ass tomorrow when the internet stability issue isn't your issue. But there are a lot of steps that you can take, and a lot of them that we don't, that can really help improve your internet stability. So without further ado, there's a couple different things. The first thing is to listen to firemen. So at the risk of making you all angry, I'm going to tell you what the firemen always tell you that make most of us mad, because we're sure it's not the issue. Thing number one, restart your router. I was told this and I didn't do it. I was sure it wasn't the router. I have great service. I have great router, blah, blah, blah. It's not my router. And then I encountered some problems and I actually did it. And this makes a dramatic difference. It's huge, night and day difference. So what I've done is I tend to be very lazy, or as I like to call it, efficient. I don't like to do anything that I have to remember anything more than I have to on a daily basis. And I sure as heck don't want to get up a half hour early to restart my router every morning. At great risk, because sometimes it doesn't restart correctly and now you have a teacher no-show. So I found a handy dandy little thing. It does it for you. It's called a router recycler. And what it does is it's got a timer, and every day at 1 o'clock a.m., it restarts my modem, and then about 10 minutes later, it restarts my router. And it does this automatically every day without fail. Installed this, it solved more than 50% of my teacher IT problems, just this one device alone. So what the firemen tell you, honestly, they're legit. The second thing they tell you is to restart your computer. I also didn't think I needed to do this at first. I have a really fast computer. I've got the best Mac you can have. I restart it. Yeah, I need to restart my computer in order for it to work optimally at least every day. And that's just a given. You just have to do it. Again, I was like, I'm not getting up early. Okay. So I have a great thing. You look under preferences on a Mac anyway. You can do automatic restart. My computer automatically restarts itself every night about 1 o'clock. So I wake up in the morning. I have a brand new router, brand new computer. Everything's ready to go. And this has taken care of almost all of my problems. I mean, honestly, the difference is dramatic. So when firemen are telling you this and you're just like, duh, you want to strangle them. Yeah, they're right. They're right. Those two things are the single biggest contributors to why your internet is unstable. The second thing that I'm going to recommend you do is to make sure you're getting what you're paying for. Make really sure you're getting what you're paying for. I mean, I know it's going to come as a shock, but sometimes you don't get what you pay for with the whole internet cable company. And that was the case for me. So I started checking my Wi-Fi on a regular basis, and I found out some really interesting things, which is that my internet was really unstable. Even though I paid for high speed, most of the time it was at 80. Most of the time it was super fast. But then it would go up and down and up and down and up and down. And that was what was causing the IT issues. And the firemen would say, you have an IT? And I would say, I have the fastest internet. It's not my fault. Yeah, no, it was. So what I did is I started running. There's a number of different programs that will do it. You pick any number of that will run internet speed tests. For me, I ran internet speed tests every 15 minutes for 3 whole days. And except when I'm teaching, don't do it when you're teaching. I did that too. That causes your pings to go like this. It's bad. Don't do it when you're teaching. But other than that, I ran it every 15 minutes and I had a nice little handy graph, so I understood when the problems were. But the internet company is not going to take that as proof that you have a problem. So you want to go to their website, and every internet company you have should have a website that says check your speed. Ha, it's magic. Okay, look right there on the screen. This was a CenturyLink speed test that I did this morning before class. And this is using CenturyLink. That's who I use for my internet provider. You can see that my internet download speed is incredibly fast. And incredibly stable. My upload speed's really fast, really stable. This is as good as it gets. So what you have is proof, legitimately, if there's a problem. My speeds are going like this all the time, and so what I did is cable company came over and said, we don't see any problems, and then I showed them all of my screenshots. And I'm like, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, like this is a problem. And so I managed to get all of my lines replaced from here all the way to the terminal. I got my terminals replaced, I got everything all greased up. In fact, the cable guy that came over last time said, you have the clearest signal of anyone I've ever seen. Again, this data is really going to help you. It's also going to help you if you're not wrong. And we'll talk about that tomorrow with the cover your ass component of this series. Also, I know you've heard it a million times, but like me, I thought my Wi-Fi was good enough. It's not. Use a wired Ethernet cable. Use a wired Ethernet cable as short as you can. Buy a high-quality Ethernet cable. That makes a huge difference. And even though I have very fast internet and clear signal and great computer, there is a dramatic difference in the student experience when I use the Ethernet cable and when I don't. And so just plug it in. Plug it in, just like the commercial. Make sure that you've got that set up all the time. Okay, another program that I use that's also been really helpful. This is, I think, a Mac program, but I'm positive there's probably even more options for PC. It's called Dr. Cleaner Pro. It's a memory optimization app that's on my computer. And right now, it doesn't show you on my desktop, but I can see my memory usage right now is at 48%. When it gets to a certain percentage, the program automatically optimizes my memory and takes the weight off my CPU. I don't really know what that means, and I don't really know what it does. What I do know is that it reduces load on my computer and it makes everything move faster, including my internet connection. So this has been really helpful. I use this in conjunction with another program called System Pal, which automatically gets rid of old programs, old pages, old things that you're not using. Both of these programs will automatically optimize my memory and my speed of my computer so it moves faster. And I have noticed a pretty significant difference. If I taught more than 10 classes, 12 classes in a day, I had to restart my computer in the middle of my working day. Now I no longer have to do that. And so everything just runs more smoothly. So I highly suggest those two apps or whatever you can find. I mean, they're not anything necessarily special, I don't think. I think there's optimization apps that are great for every kind of system. And those have been incredibly useful. They've done a lot. Another thing that I do is I don't need to do this because my computer's really fast, but if you have even a little bit older computer than I do, shut down Skype, look on your apps, make sure you know what's using or drawing systems because all of that draws energy from your computer and maybe slows you down. Now, there's some great things that we can use for Chrome that I've started using that have been helpful as well. So if you look up on Chrome, I don't know how else to show this to you, but I use a couple different things on Chrome. One, it's a data saver, and it's not saving that much, but it is saving on my speed a little bit. I don't know what it does, but it saves on my speed. This is really great. This is called Tab Wrangler. You can buy it. It's a Chrome app. And what it does is it automatically saves and archives my most recent websites and the things that are staying in my random access memory. And they're all right here, so I can just go in there and do it. But, you know, at this point, this saved 18% of my system, having those windows open, and I would have just left them open. So this has helped a lot. It's sped up my internet considerably. I also have auto history wipe, which automatically wipes my history. Having a bunch of stuff in your history, you should wipe your history at least every day if you can. That all slows everything down. So again, I like to automate everything. I like to find things that do it for me because I got enough to do for myself. So the auto wipe history will automatically wipe. All these things are incredibly invaluable to making things work and run faster on my computer. The more I optimize my computer, the more stable my computer is, the more that I optimize my internet connection. The last thing that I do is I completely block all other internet sources in my house when I'm teaching. So I teach between 3 a.m. and 9 a.m. my time, and there's no reason that anybody in my house needs to be using the internet at that time. They're normal, they're all asleep. So what I do is I go into parental settings of my router, or you can do it on your modem, and I block all other internet connections during those times. Therefore, my TV can't update. Like I was finding things like my TV updating, and the internet guys helped me find this, but my TV would update randomly at 6 o'clock, ironically, in the middle of peak time, and that would draw all those resources from my internet. I'd be like, what the hell? Okay, you know, all this stuff randomly updates, and it draws all these internet connections. You don't think about it, and you don't know it. I had no idea. So I was having internet stability issues every single day at 7:30 my time, which is not the time you want to have it because it's the middle of peak time. Every day I'm like, what the heck? Finally, the internet guys came out. They said, what are you doing? And come to find out, my TV updates itself at that point. My Amazon Echoes update themselves, all that stuff. So I solved a lot of problems because all I did was shut them all out. None of them can update when I'm teaching. And that's really helpful. And truthfully, they don't need to be updating. Nobody needs to be up using their phones. Nobody else needs to be doing that. That's helped a lot. All of these issues that I put together, I got the internet instability of doom. I had a lot of problems with this. And all these scenarios that I put in place that are now automatic that I don't have to do and I don't have to think about. I've had 0 IT issues in like 6 months. 0 internet instability. And when students have internet instability, I have all the documentation to prove that it wasn't me. So I've gotten no teacher ITs. Now stay tuned for tomorrow, and we'll talk about how do you cover your ass when it's not your fault. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to take the hot button issue on the forum every day, do a little video about it, give you my thoughts. Like my videos. Okay. Teacher Christy signing out.